Welcome back, guys. It's currently 10:15 p.m. of the day, 25th of August. We are going to do our usual day recap for the first time with three pairs instead of two. And we're going to do, of course, gold, Bitcoin, and euro dollars. Let's start with our main pair and the only one that we trade on, which is gold. So, as you can see, from our daily analysis, we were identifying different price sensitivity area. After recognizing that we are still in a very bullish trend, this was our last higher low being created around 1778-ish. That brought price, as you can see, very impulsively to our last higher high around 1809, 1810. Since then, we saw a very strong rejection with during Asian price breaking below our previous price sensitivity area marked up at 1802 very impulsively to during Asian session to revisit 1791 price sensitivity area, but then bouncing back up, and then this morning we were in a range, we were around here. Our analysis was, as you can see, we're still in a bullish bias. We want to see the reactions at different, since this price sensitivity area on the left is very messy. We could have price reacting here or here, which was a strong resistance, or below here or 1781 key level. So it was not easy to chart it up. So I said, okay, just be aware of, look for rejections and signs of exhaustion for price to continue up. Either it was 1789 after breaking a retest, no, sorry, 1789, or deeper at this previous low here, 1785, strong price sensitivity area also in the past. You can see was very strong, but also on the left. Or if it goes deeper, the safest, the last point is the last higher low, 1778 for price continuing up. Below was sells. Of course, we are also looking for high risk, high reward sells. If we were seeing price not being able to break above this previous price sensitivity area that we saw, with hourly candle not being able to close above 1796-ish for high risk sells, or if we manage to break above and retest this price sensitivity area on the left, very, very high risk reward sells, the safer sells were only below 1778. So this was the mark up from the morning, and as you can already see, we got the sells here, and also 1778, 1785 gave 50-60 pips as well on the upside as per analysis. But let's move on the 1 minute chart as we do always, and let's see price action, the reaction. So we had this price sensitivity area already marked up, as I told you, 1796-ish, and we had 1795 key level, of course, up, and this price sensitivity area, which were the hourly close level. Let me show you here the previous hourly close price points as the lows, because this was actually it was here. So yeah, this was pre-New York was done the analysis, not only London. I mean, it was the same because the coming was, as you can see, London we had these previous lows which were the same and they got respected. Okay, as you can see, we already have this price sensitivity area, key levels marked up. Let's see how price reacted and moved actually during the day. So starting coming from London session, London open, we saw we were below this price sensitivity, but we got no hourly close below, as you see on the hourly time frame. Close maybe at the level, but not below. As you can see, exactly closed above even this London open candle, reacting exactly at this price point, then failing to make new highs, new lows, and creating a new higher low. Break, retest again of this price sensitivity area to give them a nice scalp of like 20 pips on the upside, and getting rejected exactly at this price sensitivity area, which will be useful later on coming towards New York. We create a new higher low at this price sensitivity area that, as you can see, it's already being respected different times, creating this is the purpose of price sensitivity areas, creating something, some reaction, not necessarily rejection, but could be some reaction. We fail to make new highs again, and we see a break below. No hourly close below this level. We test, sort of retesting this price sensitivity area on the left, and then break back up and ranging towards all pre-New York with very, very like moving 10 pips for hours. Then we got in pre-New York, as you know, and you saw in the no trade review, this price point, we got a break up, break down of this price sensitivity area on the left hand side in trend, because we were printing lower highs and lower lows. So this was our high risk high reward entry that we missed, but that we spotted, that we were looking for, not to say. Okay, it's fine like this. And we wanted to continue in continuation down. So this got a reaction, a retest, and then a very nice impulsive bearish action that got immediately rejected and corrected after a very 5-minute order block. Got immediately corrected on the upside by buyers printing new highs, but not still failing to break those previous price points on the left hand side. As you can see, this 1796 price sensitivity area showing exhaustion, and also from the other video I made, we got very clear signs of exhaustion by buyers and sellers jumping back in, and we could have taken advantage of it. Then we are in full New York session. We made a new low, failing to break with this week, failing to break these previous lows. Then we get immediately very strong bullish upside, break and retest, break 1795 gets broken very impulsively, no chance to enter. But then you have the new 4-hour candle closing, and the new one making a nice retest on the dot, giving you 25 pips of scalp very easily. And then you have the this is the breaker retest of 1795. And here on the sell side, on the buy side, and price creating a double top at this over 1796, so over this price sensitivity area on the left hand side, but clearly showing here, with especially if you want the details, you go on the other video, with these 2-week bullish candles, then failing to break above again the sensitivity area, breaking below, creating another block, failing to break, and then very impulsively momentum to the sellers. And then 1786 or deeper 1785, we get the rejection that we were talking about after this very equally strong bullish candle, failing to break, as you can see, this previous price sensitivity area on the left hand side. So not very easy to trade because of there's not, maybe you expect price to react here, expect this movement, but it went on the upside. But remember that we have Friday, very important news for the dollar, for gold. Then we had another break, multiple retests on the of 1789 key level, which was another level of interest on the 1 hour our analysis from the morning. You can see. Oh, no, I didn't put it. I put 1781. I didn't actually want to look at 1789. Okay, it's fine. But then you see, very impulsive to revisit those 1785 price points. That was the pre-charted high risk, high reward buys area. Here you can see also the arrow 1795, 85 was one of the price sensitivity area of interest. This was well above my beyond my trading session, but then since then created higher highs, higher lows, broke above also with a retest above 1789. And then retesting, small dip below, and then continuation up. There you go. All right, everybody, I'm back. We're going to do now our analysis on Bitcoin. Let me just clean this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, gold is done. Let's go on Bitcoin. Bitcoin analysis of the morning. As you can see, we were expecting. Okay, this morning analysis was around here. So as you can see, we were expecting Iris Skyward sells at 48 to 80. So I think we were still in the middle of this range. Iris Skyward sells to continue below, because after this higher low, we printed a new higher high, double top, and then since then we are making new lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, sort of breaking the last lower high, but then creating a new lower low. And this is today, so it was not worth it. But we were here, so we were either at the make or break point. If we broke below, above, and continuation up, we were shifting the market structure. If we failed to break and create new lower lows, then we were still in a bears, in a seller's bias. Okay, so we were looking for sells from here, 47,680 from here, safest sells below 47, which was the safest point. High risk skyward buys that we were looking for, of course, above 48 was the safest, above these previous highs. High risk skyward 47 here, this level. Medium risk when we broke again above 47,680. As you can see, Bitcoin is very, very nice because it respects a lot the previous price points. 47,680, 47,250, they are not marked now. This one is the last low, is hourly reaction. As you can see, 47,250 created some, as you can see, resistance on the left hand side. That's why it's marked up, and that's why it got respected so well. So as you can see, we had unbreakable. Okay, so starting from the morning, we saw a break above this price sensitivity area, these previous highs, break and retest, but then immediately rejected, creating an order block. So no big strong momentum. If you are here, you think, okay, safer buys above the key level 48,700. If you didn't take this scalp buy with the break and retest of the 48,250, 48,280 level that was marked up, we got a nice rejection of the price sensitivity area, but we failed to make a new high, as you can see. Since then, we start a risk reward sell here. Entry. And then we start making new lower lows. So we break below the price sensitivity area, we retest, and then we create new lower lows. We react at this exact, as you can see here, these lows were the exact price where it reacted later on. Very, very important to know, very, very useful. Here, reacting to these previous lows, and we put in yellow here. Continuation down, break and retest, 48 flat for other cells, even if for safer entries. medium risk entry, safer entry below each price sensitivity area. Keep it melting for below 47,680 to revisit those lows at 47,250, which was like 40 pips. From here, 48,500 was more than 130 pips from the high risk high reward entry, or from here was 100 pips, as you can see, in a matter of a few hours. You get an immediate strong rejection and reaction here, but as you can see, we failed to make new highs. That's very important to understand. And then we have our last push, creating a double bottom. There you go. Double bottom, because we failed to make new lows, and it's a very important, very strong price sensitivity area on the left, as I showed you. And then we start seeing here, not very clean, but we see a break, retest of this price sensitivity area for high risk, high reward entries. Reaction at these exact highs. Okay. Here we react, we have a pullback. These previous lows are not broken. And then we slowly but surely we find our way up. We break and retest, go a little bit deeper pullback. Again at these previous highs. So as I can show you here, our price reacted here very well. To those price points, giving you even safer entries, taking advantage of the reversal of the market structure. So as you can see here, let me chart them up. This is the high risk, high reward entry at break and retest. Safer entry, retest of other block highs. At previous reaction at previous lower highs for possible entry. If you want to take a second scalp here, and then we got double bottom and strong PSA, which was already marked up, chart up, not now, was already from the morning from New York, from pre-London. In continuation, we see a reaction here. At those levels. There you go. Here's the entry. We see a reaction, a pullback, not failing to break the price sensitivity area, PSA, but not even creating new highs. So then we saw break, retest of this PSA for a quick scalp on the downside, not closing below the sensitivity area on the right hand side, as you can see. This then very strong reaction, as we can see, very impulsive. I don't know if there was any news or something. Very impulsive break above the structure. So as you can already see, we have reaction at these previous lows. Highs, sorry. So here, so we have high risk entry, medium risk entry. Medium risk because it's below this 48, so we might get another rejection, and the only safer entry is above here, but it's already 100 pips, so maybe there's not enough juice yet left. But we see price fairly clean, breaking and retesting PSAs again here, and breaking above this previous price sensitivity area on the left hand side. There you go. Here the reaction was almost on the dot to this previous price sensitivity area. As you can see, let me do it this way. Scheiße. Okay. Okay. So we see how Bitcoin respects previous price points and the pre-charted recent price points and the pre-charted PSA from the previous days, previous hours, hourly close. And this was medium risk entry. Okay. We continue. Then from here, so the last spike up, and then some ranging or the block being created, closing below, sort of a correction, creating lower highs and lower lows. Price reacts again at these price points, and then resumes its bullish trend. So we can say it was a nice liquidity grab, setting price points, and since then we've been ranging around 49 to 100. And we're going to do very quickly our last pair for the day, euro dollar, first day of analysis, and we were looking for, since the morning, around here we were looking for this range for price sensitivity area, rejections, and etc. etc. Looking at rejections above 1.18, safe sells below these previous price points on the left hand side, and minimum risk, high risk, reward 17 here, which we didn't get, and high risk, reward at a rejection of 1.7. So if we went below here, rejection, safer buy is about 1.760 with strong intraday closures. And we got intraday closures. Of course, we got it late in the day. We didn't get those high risk reward buys at 1.17300. 1728 was only charted for sells and not for buys. Okay, but let's go and see how it moved, not just if our analysis was good. Okay, the trend line doesn't really matter. Okay, so I still have to put the key levels, but as you can see, let's go and check the technical side. Coming from Asian session, there is no movement, break above this price sensitivity area, 1.717 something, finding some resistance, failing to break below, finding again resistance, failing to break, doing Eurozone open, got a very aggressive break below. Then we can see it creates a double bottom and a higher low, and then an impulsive move up. Since then we fail again to make new highs, we fail again, and then we go and revisit those lows, exactly those lows here. From there we got our high risk reward buys entry, safe medium risk above these previous highs, safer only with the retest, as you can see, of these previous highs on the left. Let me chart up, okay, and then move up. We got safer entry above order block, above order block highs, minimum risk entry, high risk reward entry at the double bottom. Double bottom. Okay. From there we see price is reacting, getting rejected strong, some bouncing, but not making new highs. We find a resistance, we try again, we don't make new highs, and you can start here seeing with these different rejections that price is actually getting corrected, as you can see here. And you can start, okay, I have this price sensitivity area as a mark up, and is also being respected for the last previous lows here. I want to see a break and a retest for price to then continue down. You enter here, you have the stop loss above here, even with this deeper rejection and correction, you are still alive, or maybe you enter here at the top of the trend line, and then price continue making lower highs, lower lows, reacting and rejecting this safer entry below the price sensitivity area for some quick scalps. Last top of the trend line and the price sensitivity area, sniper entry, and then price moving down here. This risk reward entry area, middle risk entry, safer entry, sniper entry, which is combination of trend line and price sensitivity area. From there we see a reaction here. We are still not breaking clearly above those previous lows, so we get a small rejection. We see price is creating a new higher low, breaks above and retest on the dot. There's a small bearish candle that you can take advantage of. Tack, tack, continuation up for a quick scalp. Then you get a rejection, which was down at these highs of the morning. Okay, see if I enter above order block highs. Okay, so this was a price area that was already charted up. You see the rejection, but from this previous low, we are still creating new higher lows. So it's very difficult, but you can see this cap actually was very, very impulsively. I don't know if you could have caught, I don't know if there was, looks like a news or something, but then you see, because it doesn't respect any price sensitivity area unless you see, okay, close above, enter without a retest, but very, very difficult. Then let's see some ranging. Break double bottom at this price sensitivity area for price to continue up. Of course, a reaction at these previous highs slash price sensitivity area, because of course PSA is an area, is not necessarily this line. And you can consider that when price actually breaks above and retests, you can expect price to continue up. It doesn't do that. You see that it's getting rejected. It doesn't have the momentum anymore. Let me put yellow. This last push. Reacting at this price sensitivity area on the left hand side, and then so therefore creating a new higher low, reaction again at this price sensitivity area, cleaner break and retest, and then push up on the upside very nicely, very nicely. You also got a sort of retest, as you can see, of this price sensitivity area on the left hand side. Let me chart it up. Very good. And since then we are ranging. Okay, so this is it for today. Daily recap on gold, Bitcoin, and EU, euro dollar. See you guys tomorrow.